Standard 8 Maths Chapter 13 Direct and Inverse Proportion. Hello everyone. So far we have discussed what is inverse proportion and we have discussed few examples and completed up to question number 1 of exercise 13.2. Now we will proceed with the question number 2 of exercise 13.2. Question number 2. So what it says, in a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh is to be divided equally among the winners. Complete the following tables and find whether the prize money is given to individual winner is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. So we have to complete the tables. What we have we have number of winners and prize money, total prize money, or you can say. So if the number of winner is 1, the prize money is 1 lakh. This prize money is 1 lakh is fixed. If there are 2 winners, that has to be equally divided into those winners. And we have to check whether this is direct or inversely proportional. Okay. So for direct or inversely proportion, we have to check this x1 or x1 y1 equals to x2 y2. If they are equal, that means they are in direct or inverse proportion. So similarly, you have to calculate whether the number of winners is 4, 5, 8, 10 and 20. We have to calculate the prize money. So this is the thing. This is our x, this is y, this is x1, this is x2, this is x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. This is y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6 and y7. So this is what we have to check whether this is a direct or inverse proportion. For inverse we should prove x1 y1 equals to x2 y2. Now see, this is 1 into 1 lakh will be 1 lakh and x2 y2 equals 2 into 50,000, that is equal to 1 lakh. So this value are equal, that means they are in inverse proportion. Now we have to calculate the prize money to be received by each winner when the number of winner is 4. So this x1 upon y1, x1 y1 equals to x3 y3. Okay. So this is 1 into 1 lakh equals to 4 into y3, and this y3 will be equal to 1 lakh upon 4. It comes out to be 25,000. So each winner will receive 25,000. Clear? Now next is we have to calculate whether a number of winners will be 5. So it will become x1 y1 equals x4 y4. So x1 is 1, this is 1 lakh again, and x4 is 5 into y5 we have to calculate. So y5 will become 1 lakh upon 5, that is 20,000. Each winner will receive 20,000 rupees. Okay. Similarly, this is x5 y5. So y5 will, I'm writing this is 1 lakh upon 8. This is 12500. Clear? Each winner will receive 12,500 rupees. Now in case of x6 y6, again it will be equal. So y6 will be equal to, this is 1 lakh upon 10. Each winner will receive 10,000. rupees. Clear? Now last part, this is x7 y7. So y7 will be 1 lakh upon 20. So each winner will receive 5,000 rupees. So this is how we have to calculate. So next question. Next question is almost similar. Question number 3. Rahman is making a wheel using spokes. He wants to fix equal spokes in such a way that angle between any pair of consecutive spokes are equal. Okay, help him by completing the table. So number of spokes they have given and angle between the pair of consecutive spokes. So these are number of spokes and angle between consecutive spokes. Okay, consecutive spokes. These two things are given to us. So we have, when there are 4 spokes, angle between them is 90. There are 6, their angle between the 2 consecutive spokes is 60. Where we have to calculate when there are 8 spokes, 10 spokes and 20 spokes. So first we have to check whether they are in inverse variation or direct variation. So for inverse variation, we should, these are our x, these are y, these are x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. This is y1, y2, y3, y4, y5. So we have to check first x1 equals x1 y1 equals to x2 y2 or not. So x1 y1, it is 4 into 90. This is 360 degree. Clear? Now x2 y2 is 6 into 60. This is again 360 degree. So the value of x1 y1 equals to x2 y2. That means these are in inverse variation. Now we have to calculate for rest of the things. So what we have, this is x1 y1 will be equal to x3 y3. This is 4 into 90, or we can calculate their value as 360. x1 y1 we can directly put it as 360 degree. Okay, so this x3 is 8 and this is y3 we have to calculate. So y3 will be 9 into 40 will be 360 upon 80. It comes out to be what? 45. So when there are 8 spokes, the angle between two consecutive spokes will be 45. Now when there are 10 spokes, that is x4, x1 y1 equals to x4 y4. So value of this is 360 and this x4 is 10 and y4 we have to calculate. So y4 will be 360 upon 10. That comes out to be 36. That means number of spokes is 10. Angle between two consecutive spokes will be 36 degree. Clear? So this is how we have calculated. Okay, so next part is x1, we have to calculate y5. So this is x1 y1 equals to x5 y5. Again this is 360 and x5 is 20 degree and this y5 we have to calculate. So y5 will be 360 upon 20, that comes out to be 80. So when there are 20 spokes, number of angle between two consecutive spokes will be 80 degree. So clear? I hope this is clear. Now next part of this question. So are the number of spokes and the angles formed between the pair of consecutive spokes is in inverse proportion? That we have already discussed. Yes, because x1 y1 equals to x2 y2 in that case, so they were in inverse proportion. Now second part, calculate the angle of pair between consecutive spoke on a wheel with 15 spoke. So we can make one more column. Okay, or we can take this as x6. Okay, number of spoke is 50. So this will become y6. Okay, so I am extended to that tabulated form. I have just put it here. So it will become x1 y1 equals to x6 y6. So it is 360 here. X6 is 50 into y6 we have to calculate. So y6 will become 360 upon 50. It becomes 2 4. That means 24. When the number of spokes will be 24, yeah, it is 24. Number of spokes is 15. Angle between two consecutive spokes will be 24. Clear? So now next part is how many spokes will be needed if the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is 40. Now we can take it as, again we can rub these two things. This we can take x7 and this is y7. In this case, now angle between two consecutive spokes is given, that is 40, and x7 we have to calculate again. This is x1 y1 equals to x7. These x6 x7 are the continuation of this x5 or y5. Okay, so this is again 360 degree. X7, that is number of spokes we have to calculate, and y7 is 40. Okay, so x7 will be 360 upon 40, that comes out to be 9. That means when the consecutive angle between the spoke is 40 degree, number of spoke will be 9. So this way we have to go through this question. So next question we will be discussing our next question. Question number 4. I hope this is clear to you all. Things are getting clear. So we have question number 4. If a box of sweet is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of children is reduced by 4? So there are number of children, we have number of children and sweets per children. That means how many sweets will each children sweets per child, I can say, per child, how many sweets will each one will get. Okay, so this is our x, this is our y, this will be x1, this will be x2, this will be y1, y2. Okay, so what it is, 24 children and number of each one will be getting 5 sweets. 24 children and each child will get 5 sweets. Now we have to calculate how many sweet will each get if the number of children is reduced by 4. Now this 24 we have to reduce by 4. So number of children will left will be 20, and we have to calculate this y2, that sweet per child, how many sweets now each child will be getting. So again it will be x1 y1 equals x2 y2, it is 24 into 5, that is equal to x2, this is 20, and y2 is, we have to calculate. So y2 is 24 into 5 upon 20. 4 6 are, 4 5 are, and this is cancelled out. So y2 is 6. If the number of children reduced is by 4, that is number of children become 20. Each student or each child will get 6 sweet each. So I hope clear. So next question is, this is our next question, that is question number 5. So what it says, a farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals in his cattle? So we have number of animals, okay, and number of days for which food is going to last. These are the two things which has been given in the question. So I have to calculate number of days if the number of cattle are increased or the number of animals are increased. Now initially he has 20 animals and number of days for which food is going to be last was 6 days. Okay. Now what he is doing, he is adding 10 more animals. Now the number of animals become 20 plus 10, that is 30. Or we have to calculate number of days for how long this food will last. So again this is our x, this is our x1, this is our x2, this is our y, this is y1, this is y2. Y2 we have to calculate. So again we have x1 y1 equals x2 y2. This is 20 into 6 which is equal to 30. X2 is 30 and y2 we have to calculate. So y2 will be 20 into 6 upon 2 into 2 will be 4. So if there are 10 more animals, food will last for 4 days only. So this is clearly example of inverse variation. So next question, question number 6. A contractor estimates that 3% would rewire Jasminder's house in 4 days. If he uses 4% instead of 3, how long should they take to complete the job? So here we have been given number of person and number of days again. So number of workers or number of person, you can say number of person, and second is number of days. Clear? So these two things we have to use. So earlier he was supposed to use 3% and they are going to rewire their house in 4 days. Now what he has decided to use 4% instead of 3, and number of days we have to calculate. This is very simple. This is, we have x, we have y, this is x1, x2, this is y1 and we have y2. Again we have to apply the simple thing, that is x1 y1 equals x2 y2. This is, we have 3 into 4 and x2 is 4 and y2 we have to calculate. So y2 will be equal to 3 into 4 upon 4, that is 3. So number of days required will be 3 if is using 4%. Clear? So next question. So we have next question, question number 7. Question number 7 we have. What it says, a batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. Clear, if the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes would be filled? So very simple. Uh, Number of boxes and number of bottles we have been given. So we have number of boxes and number of bottle in each box. Number of bottle in each box. So these are the two things we have. So this is very simple. So initially he has 25 boxes and he used to fill 12 bottles in each box. Now what he is doing, he is putting 20 bottles in each box and we have to calculate number of boxes that is to be filled. Now this is simple, this is our x, this is our y, this is x1, x2, y1, y2. Very simple. So we have x1, y1 equals x2, y2. That means 25 into 12 equals x2. We have to calculate y2 is 20. Okay. So x2 will be 25 into 12 upon 20. This is 5 5 za, this is 4 za and this is 3 za. So 5 3 za 15. So if we are putting 20 bottles in each box, number of boxes filled will be 15. Clear? So remaining questions we will discuss in next class, and this chapter will also end. So thank you.